G'day, guys. I wanted to talk about something that was on my mind, and it's about the need for humanizing girls. Um, Now, at the moment, especially for dudes, we're well aware that a lot of them are, let's just say, not optimal. They're quite conceited and arrogant, and they sleep around, and it's shitty. Most of them do this, and that is true. However, we get caught up with that so often, and it is true, um, that we forget that they're still a person that has definitely they have insecurities, and that's the thing that you sort of need to focus on is just whenever you look at a girl, whether it's at the gym, it's at work, it's just out in public, they look a certain way. Just know that girl has insecurities. That girl has shit that she's probably really insecure about. The ones that that they are the most secure, I guarantee you, are the least. It's the ones that are willing to admit insecurities that are probably the ones who are more confident within themselves. Now, just an example, there's some of the girls in my gym, they are actual hoes. But the thing is, you know, once in a while there'll be a girl that will assume is a hoe, but I've started to do this myself. I've started to go and talk to these girls. So there's a girl that I know that my one of my closest friends. It's not politically correct, whatever, but I don't give a shit. He used to call her 50 dicks because he said she looks like she's had 50 dicks, right? And she has always been nice to me, like really nice to me, not like flirtatious or anything like that, but just really kind, and that's a really cool thing. So anyway, you know, this girl had cuts on her legs, and I'm no stranger to people who have self harmed or who currently do. I'm no stranger to that. I'm totally aware of how that affects a person and usually what leads up to that. Um, the only thing that shits me is usually when people on TikTok or any other platforms try to glorify that, which is an issue. Anyway, I went up to this girl and I asked her just straight out because I was just like, you know what, this girl's a human. You know what? I'm gonna ask them something hard. I said, hey, can I ask you a question? And she said sure. And I said it's gonna be a little bit personal. She said yeah, sure. So I said, you know, this is exactly what I did. I said, what happened? And I looked down, and she said, oh, she was totally cool about it. She was so open about it. She said, oh, me, I happened. It was all me. That's my shit. But you know, that was years ago now. So not only was she not offended by that question, she also had the balls to just say, hey, no, that's on me. She took responsibility. She didn't say, oh, you know, she didn't try to blame it on anybody, nobody. She took full responsibility for that, right? And anyway, I spoke to them, and you know, just spoke about how's life. And she really barely knows me personally. And I said, look, you can bullshit me, and if you do, I won't know. So if I ask you how's life and you tell me something, whatever you want to know, if you pretend it's the truth, I won't know. I gave her that opportunity, but no, she told me the full honest truth. You know, she had gone through a breakup a few months back with a boyfriend she'd been with for 4 years. 4 years. She's 19. So my friend and I were calling her a name that did not coincide with what she was like as a person whatsoever. Not at all. And this is the thing. Look, if there's any American viewers or people from other countries, Australia has a lot of commonalities when it comes to America. You know, they do try to copy a lot of American culture, which is bad because America sucks dicks in terms of their culture and what they value. It's awful. However, we're nowhere near as bad as American when it comes to our girls. That's something that I will really give Australia credit for. But, you know, the important thing was she had her problems. She had her shit. She was willing to admit them. She took responsibility for her own, you know, fuck ups in life. And you don't see that often. And it comes when you start to humanize these girls, start to really think about, okay, what am I looking at here? Who is this person? Not how many dicks do they have. They're gonna have probably a lot of people fucking them. That's just a given. If they're a good looking girl, odds are they're going out and they're fucking a whole bunch of dudes. You know, I said to this girl, I said, look, cause she like well, she said she had a breakup. She said, oh, but it's all good because I'm getting bitches. But she meant dudes, obviously. But she was saying I'm getting bitches like she's a dude. It's like she's trying to, but her tone of voice is like she was just trying to say that to impress me just because I'm a dude, and she automatically thinks that I was going to value and think, oh yeah, right on, you're getting the bitches. And I said, oh man, I honestly did not need to know, didn't need to know. And you know, I told her, you know, just like my friend they called her 50 dicks. I said, look, that boy over there, he's got heaps of girls blowing him up, and he has not had one date. Not one. At all. No real connection. No genuine time spent with any girl that actually maybe gave a half of a shit about him. So I told her, look, you can do this all you want. You can go and do that. But let me tell you this right now from my experience. It will not make you happy. And I think that they knew that. I think girls are starting to actually see that. They're slowly starting to come away from this way of doing things, sleeping around. I think they're just starting to get either over it, bored of it, or they genuinely are starting to realize that it's not making them happy. And, you know, they seem to really sort of look at me in a way that says, yeah, you're right, and I shouldn't do that. And here's the thing. There's a difference between a hoe and a narcissistic hoe. You know, I've been a hoe. A couple of my girlfriends that I've been with, they had their hoe faces. Or maybe they're on them right now. I don't fucking know. But I've been with a narcissistic hoe. Let me tell you. They will not take responsibility for anything. They'll never apologize for anything. They're just a fucking absolute cum dumpster. Alright? On the other hand, you know, that friend that I spoke about, he's a very, very good looking guy. And we all hit the gym, we go quite often, but he's genetically freak. But he's admitted to me that he does a lot of stuff with his girls for self-validation. And if he's willing to admit that, that takes a lot of balls. But if he can do that, who's to say that a lot of these girls aren't doing it for the exact same fucking reason? We are different. That's true. Men and women are definitely different. I'm not going to debate that. But the thing is, when it comes to dynamics like this, they get an ego boost from it. But the only ones that get an ego boost from the sleeping around shit are the toxic narcissistic bitches. And you can still do this shit, but you're doing it for validation. You're doing it because you feel like you missed something. She just had a breakup with someone she's been with for 4 years. You know, why should we shit on someone, you know, trying to get some fucking, you know, trying to get the hoe out of them after they've committed to a 4-year relationship? I think they've kind of earned that, you know? And I don't think we should always shit on them. So here's the thing, dudes. We're getting fed a lot, and I do mean a lot, of shit telling us how shitty women are. And a lot of that is true. I'm not going to say that it's not true, because it is. It really is. But you need to sort of look at the bigger picture, you know, with some cases. What I'm saying is, know the person. If you have a chance to, like, talk to one of these girls that you suspect might be just a total hoe, do it. Just do it. Get some balls. Get some confidence. If you're scared to talk to them, they're a girl. They're a human being. They have issues just like you. And the amount of times that I've literally spoken to a girl in that gym thinking, oh, fuck, they're going to be so rude, and they weren't rude, is a lot. You know, some of them did turn out to be rude. And usually, like, if you want to know if a hoe is like an actual proper shitty hoe, wait for them to open their mouth. Especially when they're with someone that they know. If they're really loud and obnoxious, they're probably a fucking retard. But if they're just chill and normal, then they're just a hoe that is just doing it for probably internal insecurities. Point being, Andrew Tate is a self-hating fucking loser. And he's done some things right. He's said some very good points. But mostly he's a fucking absolute loser. And there's a million Andrew Tates, you know, trying to just sell you their own brand of self-hatred that you fall for. And just remember that they're a girl, but they're still a person with their own shit.